On Campus is brought to you by the UWI Mona, inspiring excellence, producing leaders. On Campus, a weekly look at what's happening on the Mona campus of the University of the West Indies. On Campus today, science and technology, a driver of transformation. There's our regular campus calendar, but first, UE News. The Canada Caribbean Institute, CCI, congratulates the governments of Canada and CARICOM member states for their recent efforts to advance mutual relations and development. The April 1 meeting of foreign ministers saw a discussion focused on strengthening collaboration on security, multilateral cooperation, and building a sustainable COVID-19 recovery. The ministers also called for the establishment of a joint commission to serve as a permanent mechanism that will formally deepen the partnership while advancing collaboration and cooperation. This will be launched by leaders at the inaugural Canada CARICOM Summit in the coming months. The idea for the establishment of the CCI was conceptualized by UWI Vice-Chancellor Professor Sir Hilary Beckles and former President and Vice-Chancellor of Brock University, Gervin Ferron, the first Caribbean descendant to head a Canadian university. In light of the Government of Jamaica's announcement to resume face-to-face modality across the education sector, the UWI Mona campus will begin offering current and incoming students of the UWI Mona campus face-to-face classes in the 2022-2023 academic year. Summer school in June 2022 will be delivered in the face-to-face modality. UWI Mona Campus Registrar Dr. Donovan Stanbury said while there is no vaccination requirement to attend face-to-face classes, students are strongly encouraged to get vaccinated as this is best for keeping all members of the community safe. Dr. Stanbury further urged students to continue with the practice of hand sanitizing and mask wearing indoors as we return to face-to-face. In an effort to see more investment in science and research, the UWI Mona campus, in partnership with the University of Technology Jamaica, will be hosting Forecast 2022. This is a first-of-its-kind joint conference between the universities. This week, UWI Mona Public Relations Officer Camille Reid speaks with Dr. Nickeisha Stephenson, a lecturer in the Chemistry Department in the Faculty of Science and Technology at Mona, and Dr. Zeyar Min, also a lecturer in chemistry in the Faculty of Science and Sport at the University of Technology, about the joint conference being hosted by both universities.
Could you share with our listeners the meaning as well as the thinking behind this 2022 theme?
The theme of the conference is called a driver for transformation, and we've broken down the word driver. So the D in driver represents development, the development of research. R stands for resilience and mitigation strategies. I stands for innovation for productivity. V for the vision for greater harmony, efficiency, and policy. E for entrepreneurship, empowerment, poverty alleviation, and progress. And R for renewal and research as a cornerstone of a progressive society. So this is the basic theme of the conference that we want to highlight.
And give me a little overview of this conference. And first of all, what was the idea behind this particular theme?
The conference was originally started, and so every 2 years, the UWI Mona FST has a conference that showcases the best in science that we have to offer. And we do independently. And UTech also has their own science conference. And so we realized that within the region, we needed a platform where we could all come together under one umbrella and actually talk about science and development and how it can actually affect the day-to-day lives of people within the region, outside of the region, and help to lead and to develop and to upgrade our infrastructure and so forth. And so it's through that thinking that we came together and to put all of our different science conferences under one umbrella for this inaugural effort. Unfortunately, in 2020, COVID struck and we had to postpone. So the genesis of this, it was D.R.I.V.E.R, Mona, and UTech. And then now that in 2022, we've now opened up this umbrella and we've included our sister campuses. So there's Cave Hill and St. Augustine. And so that we can actually now have this wonderful conversation about science and how we can drive transformation within the region and beyond.
And tell me, what are some of the key objectives for this conference?
One of the main objectives is to present the research that is being done in the region by our scientists, who are some of the leading scientists in their respective fields in the world. And the way forward, we believe, in the region, specifically with the limited resources and infrastructure that we may have, the only way forward, we believe, is through collaboration and teamwork and team building. So we will also want to create this new networks within our region to see if we can further advance our research capacity and research abilities.
That was Dr. Zeyar Min and Dr. Nickeisha Stephenson speaking about the joint conference between the UWI and UTech Forecast 2022 being held under the theme Science and Technology, a Driver of Transformation. We'll hear more from them after the break, but first, let's take a look at our campus calendar. On Tuesday, April 26th, the Sir Arthur Lewis Institute of Social and Economic Studies presents the Sir Arthur Virtual Distinguished Lecture. The distinguished lecture will be hosted by the UWI Vice-Chancellor under the theme Sustained Economic Recovery Post-Pandemic, the Lewis Model. Delivered by Dr. Carla Barnett, CARICOM Secretary General, this important event promises to be thought-provoking and informative. The lecture will be chaired by Professor Aldry Henry Lee, University Director of Salises. Save the date, April 26 at 5 in the evening, and tune in via www.uitv.org or www.facebook.com/UETV. For more information on the Sir Arthur Virtual Distinguished Lecture 2022, visit the Salises website at uwi.edu/Salises-Mona. We now return to Dr. Nickeisha Stephenson, a lecturer in the chemistry department here at Mona, and Dr. Zeyar Min, also a lecturer in chemistry at the University of Technology, Jamaica, as they tell us more about Forecast 2022 and the Grand Innovation Challenge 2022.
Tell me, Dr. Min, how does this conference relate to the Grand Innovation Challenge 2022? If you could just give us a brief overview about the challenge as well as the format.
Sure. So this is the second Grand Innovation Challenge, and the Grand Innovation Challenge is an aspect of the conference. We invite students, secondary and tertiary students from all across the Caribbean, to present their innovation, a new idea towards a specific problem. And this year, the problem is centered around water. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, specifically Goals 6, 11, and 14, all speak to the importance of water in our daily lives. And it is recognized that water is a finite resource, and it is required to maintain life, but it can also cause widespread destruction and loss of life. So Goal 6 is clean water and sanitation. Goal 11 is sustainable cities and communities, and Goal 14 is life below water. So the management of water resources on both land and sea is vital importance to the sustainable development of towns and cities. And so we are asking students to identify a water-related problem in the region and demonstrate how it may be solved using this creative innovation. And we just want to highlight that, there will be at least $3,000 in cash prizes, as well as an opportunity to present the innovation to leading scientists and industry experts in the region for guidance and potential investment. And of course, it is centered around the creativity and the innovation and the science behind it. Those are the major criteria in which they'll be judged. And the Grand Innovation Challenge has 3 rounds. So the first round is simply a submission of an entry form where they will talk about what the problem is, the idea for the innovation, and the impact that the innovation could have. So once you submit those forms, then you will be judged, and qualified participants will be will be notified. And then the second round, the qualified teams will be required to submit a video on their innovation and will be invited to present their innovation to a panel of judges. And from the second round, we would choose about 5 teams that will be selected to present their innovation to a panel of academic and industry experts at the Forecast 2022 conference in August.
And I know a conference of this magnitude, it has to attract, I would hope, would attract funding from corporate Jamaica as well as other international organizations. Could you tell me a little bit about some of the partners that are on board for the conference?
So IDB is a big sponsor. In fact, they sponsored the Grand Innovation Challenge, the first Grand Innovation Challenge, and they're partnering with us again to sponsor the second Grand Innovation Challenge. We also have Jamaica Energy Partners, Incrementic and Huawei as confirmed sponsors, and more on the way. And yes, it does take a lot of sponsorship to get this thing going.
Now, how do persons who are interested in entering this Grand Innovation Challenge, how do they enter? And what are, if any, what are some of the important dates that these students may need to be aware of?
So you can go to the forecastconference.org.jm, and there will be a section called Grand Innovation Challenge, and all the information that you need is presented there, and there will be a button that you just click to register for the first round. Regards to the Grand Innovation Challenge, the important dates are that the first entry forms should be completed and submitted via the website by April 22nd, 2022. And the teams shortlisted for the second round will be notified by May. Those shortlisted teams will be required to submit a 5-minute video of their innovation by July 1st. And then the finalists, the 5 or so finalists, will be invited to speak, to present their innovation at the conference on August 12th. We also like to make mention that beyond the 5 finalists, notable innovations will also have a platform to showcase their innovations at the conference. And we have created a virtual room in which they can just showcase their innovations, and interested parties can go and ask questions and interact with the conference attendees. Those are the important dates for the Grand Innovation Challenge. However, for the conference itself, we have call for abstracts have been sent out. So the deadline for submissions of oral poster abstracts are May 2nd, 2022, and should be notified of their acceptance by June. And the conference itself is August 10th to 12th.
You've just heard from Dr. Zeyar Min, lecturer in chemistry in the Faculty of Science and Sport at UTEC, and Dr. Nickeisha Stephenson, a lecturer in the chemistry department in the Faculty of Science and Technology here at Mona. For more information about the conference and the Grand Innovation Challenge, visit the website at www.forecastconference.org.jm. And that's On Campus for today. To stay connected to the UWI Mona, home of the Pelicans, or to apply to UWI Mona, visit us online at www.mona.uwi.edu or like our official Facebook page at www.facebook.com/UWI Mona. The University of the West Indies, inspiring excellence, producing leaders. If you have suggestions for this program, please contact the Marketing, Recruitment and Communications Office, University of the West Indies, Mona, Kingston 7, or email us at marketing.communications@uwimona.edu.jm. On Campus was produced by Camille Reed. I am Sean Mokien. On Campus is a production of the Marketing, Recruitment and Communications Office of the University of the West Indies, Mona, and is recorded in the Media Lab of the University Archives at the UWI Regional Headquarters.